Well, welcome everyone, guys, to another rookie roundtable call. I'm not Alex. Alex is at a conference this week, so you guys got me. We're going to be talking about social media. Some of you guys may know me. I'm Nick, kind of like Alex's right hand, basically. Um, and I've known Alex for about a year and a half now. Um, so today we're going to be talking mostly about social media. I'm going to do a little intro about myself, and we'll let people in if they're running a little late. We're gonna then talk about social media. I brought a slideshow, so you guys get to see that too. And then we'll do a bunch of Q&A because I'm sure a lot of people have questions about social media. And then we'll do speed networking. We don't have a trivia game this week because I can't listen and make one at the same time. But next week. And also, there's going to be no rookie roundtable call next week because Alex is traveling. The week after that is the 2-year anniversary of this call, which is crazy. So we're going to do something special that week. So I'm Nick. I'm in high school. I've been working with Alex for about a year and a half now. When I started with Alex, he had 600 followers on Instagram, and now he has over 160,000. So I'd like to think information that I'm going to present today has worked. Um, I also helped Alex start Legends, which started with 30 members on its first call, which is awesome. And Alex has a podcast now, and he has this huge community. And I remember coming on this call with Alex when it was his only call on Mondays, and he would have like 10 people that he was talking to. So, it's been a huge experience. I'm also a GP in 500 units now. So I've taught Alex everything about social media, and he's taught me everything about real estate and all the money I have. I've been putting into real estate deals, including Ogden. So that's really exciting. And I'm also a co-founder in 3 companies. So it's been quite a year and a half, and I'm excited to be here. I haven't hosted this call since like March, so I'm excited to talk about social media. It's definitely my passion, and yeah. So I'm gonna start with this presentation. If anyone is in my program, you guys probably recognize the color palette of this template. So, so I'm Nick. As I said already, my Instagram handle is at Nick C. Monty. If you want to follow me, I need to also implement the tips that I show in this video. Because for all the social media I do for everyone else, I have to start doing it for myself too. So, first, a lot of people want to get into social media, but there's also a few people that are hesitant. So for the people that are hesitant about starting in social media, this is just some of the benefits. There are 5 million social media users worldwide. That's a lot of people. And on average, these users spend an hour and a half on 2.5 hours on social media a day. And just for reference, a 30-second Super Bowl ad is $7 million. And usually the Super Bowl averages about 100 million viewers. But on social media, you can reach 5 billion users for free. So there's a huge opportunity to be able to grow your audience. And I know everyone in here is looking to find investors and raise money for multifamily deals. And social media is a really powerful tool. And if you go to conferences, everyone's always talking about it. That's what this call is all about. But there's a lot of social media platforms. You have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have Facebook, you have YouTube, you have LinkedIn and X, which used to be Twitter. But how do you pick what platform you want to use? There's one really powerful piece of content, which is called short form content. You've probably seen it everywhere. Everyone posts it. It's, those talking head videos with captions, and every platform supports short form videos. So this is something like Instagram Reels and TikToks. It really all started with TikTok when TikTok first came out. And then every platform has kind of started copying it. So it's a really powerful tool, and you can make content for one platform and post it everywhere else. A question I've gotten a lot is like, what platform should I post on? Should I like focus on one platform, or should I post on all of them? And the rule of thumb that I say is that like focus on 1 to 2 platforms, because you can't spread your attention across like 5 different platforms. You don't have the amount of hours in the day to be able to do that unless social media is your full-time job. And for most people, that's just not feasible. But focus on 1 to 2 platforms and post on every single platform, so you can get as much reach as possible. And the great thing about short form content is you don't need to tailor the content to every platform. You can create the content on your phone and then just post it to every platform. With other types of content like pictures, like you can only post pictures on Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn, but you couldn't post them on YouTube because they only accept video. So short form content is a super powerful tool. Videos are usually 25 to 60 seconds. If you guys use social media, you've probably seen so many of these videos. And I say a good rule of thumb is about 40 seconds. It can be posted on all major platforms, so the ones I listed before, and it gets way more engagement than static posts because you can actually see the speaker and it's a video. And I mean, personally, I like watching video more than I like looking at pictures. And I'm sure for most of you guys, it's the same thing. And you can also build a lot more connection with the viewer. It feels more authentic. You're not just reading text on a screen. You're actually seeing a person in there talking, and you don't need anything fancy. You don't need a camera. You don't need like mic equipment. Even though like as you grow, you may grow into that kind of things. All you just need is your phone and content in yourself. So on the right, that's kind of what short form video looks like. And we have grown Alex's social media exclusively on short form content. And like I said, every person's first video is usually bad. And like I have pictures of Alex's Instagram feed when we started, and it was so funny. We'd always laugh because it was just like pictures of his head, and it always looked so bad. But like as he's grown and as you brush up on your skill and you get better at creating content, your content is going to get better no matter what. And everyone's first video sucks. I had a YouTube channel when I was like 13 years old, and like I'll go back and watch the videos sometimes, and like they're so bad. So everyone's got to start somewhere, and I suggest today, like take action and start. So again, all the major platforms support it. They all kind of call it something different. So on YouTube, you have Shorts. On Instagram, you have Reels. TikTok is the original, so it's just called TikToks. And then Facebook Reels and LinkedIn and X support video natively, but they don't require it to be like landscape video. But that's what you would usually post. And I found this really funny headline, which is Twitter cloned Instagram Reels, which cloned TikTok, because that's what everyone does now. So basically, all these platforms saw how well short form video was doing on TikTok, and they were like, I want that engagement too. So everyone just made a version of TikTok. And I mean, that's really great for us because you can take one piece of content and repurpose it on every platform instead of having to make a specific piece of content for every single platform, because that can be really time consuming. So parts of a video, there's basically 4 parts of a short form video, and these are just rough placeholders. You don't have to make your hook exactly 3 to 5 seconds or your story exactly 10 to 30 seconds. This is just a general estimate. The most important part of any video you make is your hook, because social media is a really active place. Nowadays, we have like no attention span, and hooking someone in that first 3 to 5 seconds is the most important part of a video. So that can be with a question, hitting a pain point, showing something flashy, something cool to hook your viewer in. Then your story is 10 to 30 seconds. So if you present a problem in your hook, the 10 to 30 seconds is kind of explaining that problem and giving it more detail, because you don't want to solve the problem in the first 10 seconds, because if you solve the problem you're presenting in the video in the first 10 seconds, nobody's going to watch the rest of the 40 seconds of your video. So that's your story, is to kind of explore the problem deeper and give some more detail. Then the resolution, which is 5 to 15 seconds, is the third part. And that's where you give an answer to their problem. And the answer could be just a piece of advice, or it could also be, a product that you have, or a free lead magnet that you have. And we'll kind of talk about funnels in a little bit and how you turn followers into contacts. And then your call to action and your closing. Videos with call to actions get like 60% more engagement than ones without. And a call to action can be as simple as like this video, comment if you found this interesting or you found this informative, or go to my link tree and download this free real estate key terms, or book a one-on-one call with me if you want to learn like how multifamily can change your life. Like those are examples of call to action. So you want to make sure every video you have has a call to action at the end of it. And I would say a broad rule of thumb is a video should be 10 to 60 seconds, no longer than 60 seconds. I teach this in my course, but the 3 C's to social media, I'd like to think there's a 4th hidden C, but the first one is consistency. It's by far the hardest one to master, because it can't really be taught. It all comes from you, and the more consistent you can be, the better. In a year and a half, maybe we've missed like three uploads on Alex's social media, but every single day we pump out a new piece of content. Sometimes we'll do reposts. So once you have a huge catalog of content, and you can take older videos that are maybe from a few months ago and repost them for the day. But for almost 2 years now, we've been posting on Alex's social media every single day. And so consistency is super important. And it doesn't mean when you're starting out, you have to post once a day because, that can take a lot. But like posting 3 times a week, but posting consistently at the same time, getting your message across is the most important part. And viewers will start to like expect, oh, he posts on this day, every day at this time. And they'll start to look out for your content. The second one is content. That's what we just talked about before, creating a message and making sure your video is concise and informative and it looks good. And that's something you'll kind of refine with skill, and it takes some time, but everyone, is going to start somewhere. The third C is connection. Once you post the video, that's not the end of marketing on social media. You want to engage with your audience, which means responding to comments, liking comments, using those comments as other ideas if they have questions. One of Alex's most popular videos is this video that we recorded in Denver. We had just gotten to a Rod Cleef conference and we were going to walk this property. And I was like, just make a video. And it was a super bad property. Alex was like, I would never buy this. So I was like, all right, just make a video about why you would never buy this property. So we set up the camera like in front of the property, and he started talking about like the class and how like the NOI is too low and the cap rate. And he just like started talking about why this property was so bad. But he used like such high level terms that you would probably only know if you're in the multifamily space. And it went viral. And so many people had questions about all these different topics and what he was saying because they had no idea what he was talking about. And he could use that. That gave us like 10 or 20 content ideas to then record, because you always, at the end of the day, want to make content that the end user wants to watch. And you can use your comments and can use the questions that you get to inform the content that you're making, because you know that content is in demand. The fourth C is CRMs, which we're going to get to in a little bit. And that is just kind of the back architecture of what makes marketing so important, and social media is really the top of that funnel. A lot of you probably came to this call because you got a text from Alex, which is really an automated system that sends out reminders for this call. So that is part of his CRM. And that's what we're getting into now. So, social media only takes you so far. I say that like you could get your social media account taken down tomorrow. Instagram could say that you violated their terms of service, and you could lose all your followers. If it's thousands, if it's hundreds, you could lose them all. And especially as you grow, you want to make sure that you have actual data that you own. And having a CRM and being able to collect emails and collect phone numbers is super important, because you're never losing that. I can export that to a spreadsheet, and I have that. Like, that is my data. When it comes to like Instagram and all those social media platforms, you could lose that. It's really important to build up a funnel, and it doesn't mean that you need a lot of contacts. We have gotten this far. Alex has like 2,500 contacts in his CRM, but we've grown it. And he didn't have a lot when we started. When we started a year and a half ago, he had 60 contacts. So you don't need a lot of contacts to be able to market, but if you can create good quality leads, you can really do an endless amount of things, even with not a lot of contacts. So this is kind of the basis of how you should set up your CRM. This is how I set it up for people that I work with. This is how Alex has set it up. This is how he's been able to be so successful. So social media is the top of the funnel. When you think about a marketing funnel, the top part is where you're going to have the most amount of people coming through, and then you're going to kind of weed people out as you go down the funnel until you get to like your ideal customer, someone who's going to invest in terms of multifamily. We're going to talk about investors, but this applies to any business. So the top of the funnel is going to be social media followers, people you meet at meetups, online events, calls like this. That is going to be the top of the funnel. And so if someone sees your video on social media, you then want to figure out, how am I going to get them into my CRM? And there's a few ways you can do it. First is a freebie. So Alex has a lot of freebies. This call is by far his biggest freebie. There's like 900 people out of the 2,500 people registered for this call. And a lot of you might have found Alex through seeing his social media and wanting to come to this call. QR code connection pages. So if you're at a conference and you want to exchange contact details, we have that all set up on Alex's phone. So people can just scan that, put in their contact, and it sends their contact to him and his contact to them. So it's really efficient. And also just social media link trees, which where we would have your freebie in there too. But if you just have any links, or if you want to get someone to book a one-on-one call with you, you can collect information that way. And it's got to be a two-way street. People aren't going to just give you their email and phone number if they're receiving nothing in return. So you want to have something that you can give them. You want to give them something in return for them to give you your information. And you're going to continue to move people down the funnel. So the first thing is like a 3-day text sequence. Anyone that meets Alex at an event and scans his QR code, they get a 3-day text sequence to book a call with him. The next thing is to actually have that connection call. Then on that connection call, he can kind of learn a little bit more about them, and he'll funnel them to his investor landing page. So this could be the Legends Equity Group website. We have other ones specifically just for Alex. And once someone signs up with that, they get a 10-day email sequence. And the purpose of this email sequence is to educate them about real estate. A lot of people aren't going to just give you their money, especially if they don't know anything about real estate or they've just met you. And the entire point of a marketing funnel is to increase your touch points. And the more touch points you can touch, I don't like using touch a customer, but like affect a customer, the better off they are to invest with you. So you want to be able to, you know, provide a lot of value in your CRM and get them to trust you. Because at the end of the day, like marketing is a trust game. The more you can get someone to trust you, the more like they are to buy a product, to invest with you. And eventually you want to get them down to the sale. So after the 10-day email sequence, the entire point of that email sequence at the bottom of every email in that sequence is to get them to book an investor discovery call with you. And at the end of that, the goal is to, sell that investor, because if you think the entire funnel, there's probably been 10 or 20 times that they've seen you, that they built trust with you. If you have like 100 videos on social media, that could be 100 touch points of someone watching your videos and being like, I really resonate with this person's message. Once they get into their CRM, they feel like they kind of know you already because they've they've seen you on social media so many times. Like Alex has had like old people, high school friends reach out to him because they've seen him been posting on social media. Random people message him on social media. He's raised directly $1.2 million just from social media, and that's in 1 year. And that's, that's only directly. Like indirectly, he's raised, probably $10 million on social media or using social media. So it's a really, really powerful strategy. So if anyone wants to take a picture, we'll probably send these slides out. But this is a super important way to structure your CRM. Also, you want to leverage automation. The more you can use technology, the better. There's a lot of software out there, especially as technology evolves, as AI evolves. I should have added ChatGPT on here. The more you can leverage automation, the better. One of the best apps that I've come across recently when I started my program is Captions AI. It's a really great app to be able to do your captions and like add emojis. If you like see any short form content, you usually probably see that there's like captions on the screen with like emojis and they highlight really important words. And you can do this in Captions AI in like 2 minutes. Like it'll transcribe the video, it'll add the captions, it'll highlight, it'll add emojis. And it's just a really powerful tool to master your content, because the second C of social media is content, and you want to make sure it's appealing. 60% of Instagram users listen to Instagram with no audio. So if you don't have captions on your videos, you're losing 60% of your possible viewer base because they can't hear what you're saying. So if you can add that captions, at least people can understand what you're saying, even if they don't have the audio on. Also, something like Loomly, that's a social media scheduler. There's a bunch of other ones. But social media schedulers are great to be able to post your content on every platform. Like I said, short form content can be posted anywhere because every platform supports it. Every platform has been pushing it because they've seen how well TikTok has been doing. And if you want to save time, so if you don't want to go to every platform manually and upload the video, write the caption, and post it, you can use a social media scheduler, something like Loomly, which will just you can create the copy, you can upload the video and pick the platforms you want to post it on, and you can schedule it for a certain time and date, and it'll just post it for you. Another really important one is your CRM. Legends has their own CRM called Legends CRM, but it's accessible for everyone. It's not just a Legends product. So if you want a CRM that already has the 10-day email sequence built out, the 3-day sequence built out, basically that whole funnel I showed you on slide before, Legend CRM is the way to go, but there's a lot of other CRMs. We've used MailChimp before, ActiveCampaign, HubSpot, just to name a few, but there's a ton. Also, ManyChat is great. I talked about call to actions before. one of the great call to actions that we use is like DM me a keyword, like DM me Rookie Roundtable, and it'll like send them all the information about this call, like the place to register, or like DM me invest, and it'll like send the investor landing page to them on like an Instagram DM. So ManyChat allows you to automate your Instagram DMs, and you can create call to actions that way. So you can create an automation sequence that is like when someone DMs me the word invest, send them the link to my investor portal and just like a quick, blurb about multifamily or something like that. So you can create call to actions for your video that way, and also, educate your view and make it easy for someone to get information. Also, Linktree, it's not really an automation tool, but it's a really important for social media. Platforms are now kind of allowing multiple links. But like Instagram and everyone, they like you to stay on their site, right? The only way they're making money is if you're on the platform. That's why algorithms are used to, show users content that they like. And if you put links in your link tree, or you put links in your bio that send them off platform, the algorithm can kind of disincentivize people going to your profile. So Linktree is great because it kind of hides that. If you put your Linktree in your bio, you can put all the buttons in there, but it doesn't look like you're going off platform. So the algorithm won't really see it. And it's not that going off platforms to websites is fine. It's when you're going off platform to another social media site. So Linktree makes it good because you can still link all your other social media handles, but Instagram can't see that, and they're not going to push your profile down in the algorithm. So that's just a few softwares. ChatGPT is great to write like the text underneath videos, which is also called captions. We use it to create presentations and create ad copy for emails and text messages. So it's also really useful as a brainstorming tool and a copywriter to a point. So everything should be in your CRM. I'm looking at Andrea. She's not here, but she told me that she doesn't need a CRM, and only Alex does because he has all these events he runs. But that is definitely not the case. CRMs make you super organized. I was at a conference in Dallas, where I think I met some of you guys. We're at Summer Rocks conference, and we were out to dinner with this guy. And he was like, I get so many of these business cards. And what I do with these business cards is I put them in a Ziploc bag, and I write the date, and I write it on the conference. I write the conference that I went to. And then I have a bigger Ziploc bag, like one of those gallon Ziploc bags, that I write the year of the conference, like just that year. And I put every Ziploc bag with the cards that I have from each conference into this gallon Ziploc bag. And then when I need to find someone, I remember what conference they went to, and I open the Ziploc bag, and then I get the conference, and then I look through them. I'm like, so you have a CRM, but in Ziploc bags. So the more automated you can make something, like there's no search function in the Ziploc bags. Like you actually have to go through and try to figure out who the person is. But the more organized you can be, you can keep your contacts in one place. You can keep track of your conversations. You can easily send emails to people and send text messages. Like CRM, the reason that Alex has grown so much is because of his CRM, like without a doubt. Like even if he didn't have these calls, like a CRM is super important because an email is forever. You can lose a follower, but you have that email, and you can always market to that email. If you have a new deal, you have a new product, you can always go back to that original email base and market to them. So they're really important. I can't stress it enough. Getting a CRM set up, no matter how small you are or how big you are, like it's the most important thing in marketing. And social media is the greatest top of funnel you can use. And both of them together, unbeatable strategy. So now you have your CRM, you have your social media. How are you collecting contacts? First, posting on social media. It builds trust. It's the first time someone's going to see you. Social media is accessible to 5 billion people. And there are so many people you can interact with, so many people you can meet, so many people that can see your message on there. And that's going to be someone's first interaction with you. Having a catalog of videos on your profile so people can like go into a rabbit hole. I remember I was talking to Alex on Zoom like last week, and he was like, I met this person, and she told me that she saw one of my ACIM videos, and then she started watching every single one, and she stayed up till 2 a.m. So allowing users to like go on that rabbit hole and see one video and be like, ooh, I really like what they're seeing, and then like click on your profile and watch every single one of your videos, that's a super important. And that's like 20 touch points right there. that someone saw your content and really liked it. So posting on social media, super important. Then you want to get people from social media into your CRM. And we talked about lead magnets. You need to provide something of value for them to give you their contact information. So you can put free lead magnets in your link tree. I mean, there's a bunch of different ones. You can offer free one-on-one calls. You can offer like a free key terms PDF. So there's just a bunch of different things. If you have a Zoom webinar, this call is a great top of funnel and lead magnet for someone, but it's not like required. And being able to provide something in return is super important. And then you can get their contact info and you can market to them for a long time. And freebies are also a great way to use call to actions. You can use the ManyChat call to actions, like DM me the word invest. You can also just do something as simple as like this video, but you also want to use your freebies. You want to present the problem, you want to solve it, but you only want to solve it most of the way. You can be like, if you want to like learn the rest, go to my link in bio and download this freebie explaining blank. So you can use that as a call to action in your videos. Last slide. Build trust and make the sale. So once you have your social media set up, you have people funneling into your CRM through lead magnets and freebies from your social media, and you're starting to get contacts. You then have to nurture those inside your CRM and inside your sales funnel, and then finally make the sale. So you want to build trust. It can be live webinars, it can be meetups. I know a lot of people, when they're raising for deals, they have a capital raise webinar. So doing that is a way to build trust. The 10-day email sequence, and 10-day is just a template that we use, but it can be way longer than that. I know people that have like 40 and 50-day email sequences. That's going to be more touch points. It's also going to educate people on real estate, especially if they don't know a lot. We have SMS sequences. So these are 3 days to get new contacts on a one-on-one call. So this would be more at the top of your funnel. And also, every email you send should not be trying to sell someone something. You want to provide value. At the end of the day, people signed up for your email list, or they got a freebie because they wanted to learn something. So you want to focus on providing value first. That is the most important thing. If you send like every email as buy my product or invest in this deal, and you're providing no value, people are not going to open your emails, and you're going to tank your open rate, and you're not going to be able to make a sale like that. The more value you provide, people are naturally going to want to like pay you. They're going to want to buy something with you. Like, I've learned so much, but like I want to be super committed, so I want to buy this. So if you just focus on providing value in your email list, people will naturally want to buy a product. That's why, I mean, we probably do less than 1 out of every 10 emails should be an offer, but a good rule of thumb is 1 out of every 10 emails at most should be you trying to sell, and the rest should be providing value. I mean, we send a lot of reminders and, replays to webinars like these calls. So focus on providing value first, and then make the sale, get people to sign up for your capital raise webinar or sell a product. So I want to leave you with one quote from Gandhi, and that's all good thoughts and ideas mean nothing without action. Social media is daunting. There's a lot of components of it. It can be confusing, but take action. The hardest part about social media is actually making and posting the video and being consistent. It's not learning all the information about it or how to make a sales funnel. It's the hardest part is setting up the CRM and, posting those videos and being consistent. So, take a picture of this call and post it and tag me and tag whoever else is on this call. And, start to get yourself out there. Establish yourself as someone who knows this industry and who's reputable. So just get started. It's the hardest part, but even making one video today, like the most important thing to take out of today is like not all the information that I presented, but just getting started, like making whatever you want. Like, even if it's just like a single post, like once today, like it'll show you the power of social media. And if you can be consistent for even a few weeks, you'll see results super fast. But being consistent is the most important part, and it is by far the hardest part. So thanks, guys. I talked for about a half hour on this. I wanted to take a lot of Q&A today because I know social media is, very vast, and even CRMs are, really complicated. And I'm sure a lot of people have questions. So if you want to raise your virtual hand or just shout it out, um, I'm open to taking questions for like a half hour before we do networking. Hey, Nagar, is that how you say your name?
Hi, Nigar. Yes.
Nagar.
Hello.
Hey,
How
hey.
much is the Legend CRM?
So Legend CRM is $97 a month. My headphones turned off again. Is $97 a month. You get the email sequence and the text sequence. You also get three funnels. And the CRM is a lot more vast than just a CRM. You could build courses on there and create products and landing pages and all that kind of stuff.
A year ago, I signed up for this course and I paid a lot just to learn how to build my CRM and stuff. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I used Namecheap and Bluehost. Does that sound right? Bluehost?
I mean,
Yeah.
you can host a website on there. Namecheap is like a domain provider. That's not as much of a CRM.
No, this
It's
what the
it's like
blue
it's like a funnel.
is Bluehost or not the ClickFunnels. No, I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
use ClickFunnels. They recommended something else in I can't remember. It was it Bluehost instead of ClickFunnels because it was cheaper. But anyway, so I guess if can I still go back to it and use that and then use you guys to help me with the rest? Can I still use what I paid for, the
yeah.
CRM that I paid for?
Bluehost and Namecheap isn't really a CRM. It allows you to like host a website, so you can host your funnel on there, but you still need the back end to be able to like send emails and text messages and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you can use that to host your website for sure, and then kind of use the CRM in the background to collect the information and then market, and send emails and text messages.
I see. So I can activate that again and then still use the Legend CRM, right?
Yep, for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Donna, got a question?
Mhm. Yeah, I got lots of questions. So,
Fire
in
'em off.
terms of um, downloading documents, where are you actually storing them? Are they all in Google Docs, or you send somebody to your link tree and you say download this?
So where we would store the documents. So what we would do is first we would create a landing page. It was usually pretty basic for a freebie, like just a picture of the freebie, like download this free lead magnet, and then have a quick form, just takes name, email, phone number. And once they submit that, it would trigger an automation which sends them an email to the freebie. And depending on the freebie, you'd probably host it different places. If you're like hosting a PDF or a doc, we would usually use Google Drive and then just copy the share link and put in an email so people can access. If it's a course, you would do it in different ways like that, or like a YouTube video, you would just link the YouTube video. But if you're hosting a document, we would, have the landing page, collect the information, send them an automated email with the link to Google Drive.
So, where are you creating that form on Google Forms?
So we'd be creating the form inside of the CRM. So we
Oh,
create the landing
got
page in the form, in the funnel builder, and the CRM, and that would just trigger an automation to send an email.
it. And then I know regarding YouTube, if so, right now I have long videos like trainings, an hour and a half about
Like calls like this, sort of.
yeah.
Okay.
So how do you go about making shorts from something like that? Should you? Can you? Is it worth it?
Yeah. Um, Alex's probably like first 3 or 4 months of videos were just Monday night calls, like cut up. So
Okay.
yeah, you can definitely repurpose long form video into short form video. There's software that can like AI software that can cut like short clips from long form videos. They're getting pretty good. I think humans are still better with finding like really impactful clips because I mean a good rule of thumb is you probably don't want to find more than 5 or so clips in a single like hour and a half session. You want to get like the most impactful, most powerful, most concise points because you only have 60 seconds. And when you're in these calls, you're not really creating content for short form video. You're just kind of talking and trying to educate. So you may realize that you're talking way too long about a single topic, and it wouldn't really be usable as a short form video. So a good rule of thumb is to find about 5. There's one software that's really good for it. But it's definitely doable. We've done it for a long time. Repurpose is good. That software. But yeah, there's a bunch of software online that can cut it up. And if you do have someone who is willing to do it and then just like timestamp it out, I still think humans are a little better.
Okay. So it would be better to hire like a VA to do that, and then
yeah, you could find someone. I'll let you.
Okay.
Or if you have someone that's like on the call live, I used to on Monday night calls, I'd like set a timer when the call started, and then I would in my notebook, I would like actually timestamp it as Alex was talking.
Oh, okay. I have to work on that. But thank you. I'm sure I have more questions, but I'll give somebody else a chance.
Frazier, how's it going?
Hey, not too bad. How about yourself? My question was, for the Legends CRM, where do you find that?
So if you go to legendscrm.com, it's there. You can get a 14-day free trial, so you can see what it's all about without having to have a subscription. And can sign up there. We have calls. I believe they'll be every other Wednesday from now on. Teaching people how to set it up. You also get access to a 3-hour setup course, which I recorded myself, to get you all set up in CRM. Awesome. Does anyone else have any questions? I'm sure there's a lot. It's social media.
Hey,
Kimberly.
Nick. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kimberly.
Are you sure? Okay, so can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I've like literally just this past week started trying to be consistent in posting on social media every day. No, actually 2 weeks ago, or this will be week 2. But anyways, so
Congratulations.
I did like a video every day. And then this past week I did just at least made a post every day, and I did like maybe 1 or 2 videos. But like nobody's liking them. So like I have like 1 or 2 or maybe 4 likes on some of them. So like how can I go through and figure out like, okay, which ones have the likes and which ones don't? And how do I change up content? Or like, is it just like because it's still so new? Or do you have like recommendations of how to like decide what, because I don't really have like a full blown business like Alex does. So I'm new to investing.
What's
But
your
I'm
Instagram? Or
uh,
where do you post on them?
Kim Possible 10X. I post on both Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok is where I've been posting. Yeah, that one.
Alex will follow you. There you go.
And then my other question is about those 3 highlights up there. I don't know how or why I did that, but how do I combine? What should I do with that?
Sweet. So when you're starting off, you're probably not going to have a lot of engagement. As you get started on social media, you'll probably only have a few likes. First thing, consistency. You'll see growth with consistency, and it may take a few months. Social media is definitely a long game. But I would also leverage the audience of people who would already watch it, like close friends, close family, people who already care about your message to start to propel yourself. If you're in any groups, post your videos in there. Like if you think it's going to provide value to someone, just try to share it as much as you can to at least rely on like your current community and your family and your friends to at least get you a base level of engagement. And as you post, you'll see that engagement go up for sure. But just relying on people right now and sharing it with people that are, close to you and tell them to like it and watch it. And yeah, if you're in WhatsApp groups or Facebook groups, post it in there. Just to start sharing it.
I think one thing I know I'm definitely missing in all of my posts is that call to action. And I never say like or share or whatever, because I always thought like, is that cheesy?
Well, you're already like miles ahead of most people because you're posting consistently every day. That's a big step. And yeah, if you're making like talking head videos using something like Captions AI to add captions and focus on improving the quality of your content, but it's also early on and you'll find your flow and kind of the message and what the style of your videos are as you continue to post.
Okay, thank
The
you.
thing about your highlights also, so highlights are saved stories. So on Instagram, stories disappear after 24 hours. But you can save a story to your highlight, which is those little round icons underneath your profile. You can save them there so people can look back on them. It's good if you have if you do like inspirational quote of the day and you can create like a quotes highlight and like save them all there. Or if you like we do them for these calls, like create something nice as an Instagram story and save it on there.
Yeah, that's
If you hold down on a highlight on Instagram, I can't do it because I'm not logged into your account. If you hold on down on it, you can rename the highlight. There's also an option to delete the highlight.
perfect. Thanks.
So yeah, you can delete them or rename them. It's good to have highlights. Just kind of name them accordingly also.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome. Hey Max.
What's up?
Not much, not
Um,
much.
I had a question about gearing your content when it's kind of like a documentation, because I want my social media to mainly be documenting my journey, documenting my accomplishments, achievements, big events, things like that. But at the same time, I want to be posting a mix of both stories and reels. But I'm struggling with the idea of what I should be posting on my story versus what I should be posting on my reels.
Yeah. So stories are more informal. So like actually documenting like the basic things you do, like you could just post a picture of like reading a book and like you're reading Tony Hsieh's book, right?
Mhm.
So like posting a picture of that and like asking your audience, have you read this before? Or like, what do you think of this book? Read it before? And like creating that little sticker. And just posting like things you do. If you like you're going out and hanging out with your friends and you see something cool. That's like the totally unfiltered is Instagram stories. And also you can use it to promote can't put links anywhere else than Instagram stories. So if you're like you're going to an event or you're hosting a webinar, like something like that, you can put that in your stories. And then Instagram Reels, you kind of want to be more focused on that because like you want to have it more structured per se, and you still want to do the documentation. And I think documenting is always more authentic than teaching. Um, but still having the structure of like having a hook, like this is what I did today, or like see how I, you know, underwrote 5 deals in a few hours using this trick or something. Like
Okay.
you still want to have it more structured on Reels, and then stories you can like just document, the things that you're doing in your life and how you're spending your day, what books are you reading, stuff like that.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
Welcome. Does that help?
Yeah, a lot.
Awesome.
Okay. Wait, Nick, can you say that again? So your reels are like highlights of your success, and then your stories is like more life stuff. Is that what you said?
Yeah, so stories are going to be less formal, less produced than a reel. So you can really document like a lot of your life in there. Like if you're going to a conference and you take a selfie, you can post on your story, tag someone, or like again, like the book you're reading, or like you went to this nice restaurant, or you went on a vacation and had these nice views. Like you would post that kind of stuff, like just like day-to-day things, or like you're underwriting a deal and you take a picture of that, or you're walking a property, something it's not produced. You're just going to record it in Instagram and post it. When you're recording reels, you want it to be more produced, more structured. In one of the earliest slides, I talked about hook, story, resolution, call to action. Want to make sure all of those are present, and like be more focused when you're creating a reel, because that's where people are going to see the most, and that's going to kind of hook people's attention in. So you want to do that. You can use that to document your story or to teach stuff like that, but you want it to be more produced and more to the point than a story.
Okay, super helpful. Thank you.
Well, hey, JJ.
Yo, what's up? I had a question because um the CEO of YouTube and like anyone any brand or any company that's doing like shorts or reels or whatever is being like really annoying right now. And like TikTok, the CEO of TikTok and everything, and they took the links out of comment sections. And I know like you can put it in your bio or whatever, but like even on YouTube, they just took the links out of comment sections on YouTube Shorts, and it's like really aggravating because that takes away sponsorships, that takes away brand deals and shorts, like everything. So what do you like? You have any like way around that? I don't know if you have any way around that, or what do you think about that?
Yeah. So Instagram has always had like the no link thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, YouTube just did it. TikTok, you have to have a certain amount of followers to put a link in your bio. And you can't do that in comment section or descriptions either. And it's
Mhm.
I think like there's some pros and cons depending on like how you look at it, but there's really isn't a way of getting around it. People used to like post links in the comment section of Instagram because they thought it was clickable, but it's not. Um,
Yeah.
the way to get around it, at least on all the platforms, a way to get around it is to, use paid media like boosting. But most people that's not economical. On Instagram, on stories, you can post link stickers. Um,
Oh yeah,
which is
that's
an easy way to do it. We do that for these calls. So like we'll create like a really nice story, just like a template of it. And it'll be like just Rookie Roundtable. We'll have like some text about it and then have the link. And then we'll save that as a highlight so it doesn't disappear out of after 24 hours. So we can have highlights of every single call. You could also do a highlight of like a lead magnet and just create one story and then save it as a highlight. So a way to get around it is to post links in your Instagram stories. Links in bio are basically the only way to do it now. And
Mhm.
just telling people to check out your link in bio. And using Linktree is great because you can add more than one link in there. But fortunately, there's not really a way to get clickable links in most platforms.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks. That did
Welcome.
kind of answer my question for sure.
Hey, Javier.
Hey, Nick, thank you. Hey, quick question. Um, in your experience in Instagram, what happened if you don't have like a lot of likes? Because I see a lot of Instagram reels and well, probably the rest of the world does that, but in a lot of cases, even if the videos are excellent, I don't remember giving a like unless the person says, please, can you give me a like? And I'm like, oh yeah, poor person, poor guy probably needs a like. So it will be two questions. Like, what do you recommend to get like these short videos being likable, like pushing people to give you a like? And the other question will be, is that really important that you have likes in Instagram in your experience?
Yeah, so likes, comments, saves, they're all classified under engagement, and engagement's really important. Um, we talked about engagement rate in my class and stuff like that, and engagement is really important to push your content in the algorithm. Watch time is really important. So like the percent that someone completed, usually is shown in a graph of like the percentage of viewers from the beginning that got to like maybe the 10-second mark or the 20-second mark. So retention is important. But engagement is also really important. And I mean, it's really a simple answer. Like you said, a call to action is basically the best way to get engagement. People have to be reminded to like, comment, save, because most people's first instinct
Mm.
isn't to do that. And that's why using a call to action is super important and to remind someone. And they've done studies, and like you can get like a 40 to 60% engagement bump just by adding that call to action, like found this valuable, save this and share it with a friend, or if you whatever, like this video and stuff like that. So just having that simple reminder for someone to like actually do the action, like, comment, save, it reminds someone to do it, and it definitely increases engagement. So the simple answer is basically just to tell someone to do it.
Excellent. Thank you.
Awesome. Anyone else have any questions? This is the time.
Nick, it's Donna again. So how important is SEO in your YouTubes and your other things?
SEO is a pretty broad term. SEO is not as important as it used to be for sure. And when you think about SEO in most platforms, if you start with Instagram, basically the only SEO you can do is adding hashtags. And they're not really as important as they are. I'd say like add like 5 or so relevant hashtags to your posts, but it's not gonna make or break your engagement anymore like it used to. But in SEO in social media isn't as important. You can do video tags in YouTube. Um, and you want to add tags that are relevant to your audience and what people may be looking up. But they're not, you don't want to like I've seen people on Instagram that put like 60 tags in a video, and that's not gonna work either. So having a middle ground, having like 5 or 6 hashtags that are super relevant to what you're talking about in that video is great. You don't want to overload with hashtags, and they're not really going to make a difference. Like SEO in like websites and funnels is a little different, and there's that can get into a really complicated field. They're also important, but SEO is definitely not as important as it used to be. But just having, at least on social media, like 5 or 6 relevant hashtags to what you're talking about and not overdoing it with like 30 is a good way to go.
Thank you.
Hey, Casey.
Hello. Sorry, I'm completely in the dark here, but I missed like the first half of what you said, so forgive me if my question is redundant, but at what level of content should you have before you start doing promotional things? Like, I don't have a ton of content. I don't post that often because I don't know what the heck else to post except for like, here's a completed project. So
what do you do?
Like,
or what kind of content do you post?
I'm a landscape designer.
All right, awesome.
So I don't really know what else to post other than I finished this and look how great this is. I don't feel like putting posts of dirt that I'm working on isn't that interesting. So I don't have a whole lot of material because projects can take me like, a couple months to complete the types of ones that I do. So like, how much material do I need before I start promoting? Because I know that like if somebody's only got like 10, 12 posts or something like that, it's not going to look that impressive when somebody actually checks you out.
Yeah, I'm very interested in landscape designing. Could you explain it a little bit more? I just want to understand your business because I've never heard of it before.
So landscape design means that I work on, like, say you want a new you're like, oh, I hate my front yard. It's nothing but dead grass and broken dreams everywhere. What I do, good Lord. What I do is design. I drafted entirely new outdoor space for you. Like, I can do things like all the plants and stuff like that. I'm very heavy on plants, but also if you want a kitchen, you want a pool, you want some way to hang out with your friends, you don't know what you want. Like, all of that, that's what I do. If it's outside of a house, I do it. And
Awesome.
sometimes a little bit, like I've done porches and things like that as well, and some advice stuff, but maybe don't hire me so much for that part. So that's what I do. I'm a landscape designer, and I focus on like lots of ecological type design where you're not putting huge resources into maintaining a landscape, but it still looks beautiful. And I want to expand out of just doing residential. I want to go into like, more urban settings and stuff like that, help people that have really ugly multifamily and turn that into something attractive. But yeah. Anyway, that's what I do.
This reminds, so first of all, bunch of different things on social media, like you may find uninteresting, like if it's your job, but people find it really interesting. It calls me back to I've watched this person, he's a roof power washer, and he just explains like what he does, and it's just like him talking with like B-roll of him power washing a roof. And like he would probably think that's pretty boring, but he gets like hundreds of thousands of views. So first what I would do is I would go on Instagram and just look up, I don't know, can you guys still share my share screen? If you can, I just looked up like landscape designer, and I found this account that has like 700,000 followers, and you can kind of see what they're posting. go around and just do some market research. We've used Viral Finder in my program, and that's a great place to kind of look at the best performing videos in like the last 60 days and kind of see what kind of content that they're making and see if you can, use that as inspiration. You can do like day in the life of a landscape designer because people may not know what that is. Then you would have longer videos where you have like before and after, and you like record the video before and then however long the project takes and then do an after. But just kind of documenting your life as Max is doing in his social media. Because people
Here,
may find
look
it
up
really
mine.
interesting. Yeah, what's the name?
Here, look at mine. I'm Tuesday Night Company.
Nick, what is the name of that website that shows you the inspiring like posts or videos?
It's called Viral Finder.
There it is.
It's also Javier. It's week 3 of the program, I think. So
Oh, thank you. I haven't seen that yet. Thank you.
awesome, sweet.
So I don't do any video format. You never see me.
Yeah. It doesn't always have to be you, but even just doing videos is impactful. So like day to day, you would just be planting. I mean, I would just kind of document. I mean, you don't have to like. Of course, you're gonna make videos like before and after videos, which I think are really cool. Like you can show like before what it looked like and then after. But you can even provide tips like how to take care of your new landscape, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and you be creative about it. Look at other accounts that are doing well, see what kind of content is working well for them, and you can kind of use that and repurpose it into your own brand. I would definitely add a bio on your social media about what you do. But yeah, just kind of modeling off of people, and then when to start promoting. I would say, especially when it's an actual like a company like this, like you're doing landscaping as opposed to a lot of people are doing multifamily in this. You could probably I would use that as the call to action. If you want to learn more about how I can do this for you, click my link in bio and just put that at the end of every video. Use that as your call to action.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, because how I come at from multifamily is like I'm coming more from the aesthetics and how to return more value to the tenants, so that
you can make videos on that too.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. Well, that's good, and thank you.
You're welcome. And the beginning of like your social media journey is like throwing things at walls and seeing what sticks. Like this is the time to experiment, especially when you're new and you don't have a lot of followers. Like create just like all types of content in your niche and see what works, see what people like, and then continue to make content like that and see what's working for other people. Because there's thousands of accounts and probably a lot of accounts that are doing the similar thing that you're doing, and see what is working for them.
Okay, and you said Viral Finder and
Viral Finder without the E and find is a great website to use.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. Anyone else got any questions? What else?
All right, final question for me. What about analytics? I know you said watch time was big. Was that on YouTube or Instagram or?
So every platform is going to offer some kind of watch time analytic. And it's more so TikTok and Instagram's newest update, they do graphs. And it kind of shows you like the percentage of people that are still watching your video after a certain amount of time. So you would want to look at that and see. The good rule of thumb is like how many seconds after the video starts is 50% of the people who clicked on originally clicked on the video still there. And you want that to be about 6 to 8 seconds, depending on the length of the video. And you can use that as a metric to see how well a video is doing. You don't want to just look at views. You want to kind of consider everything. So you want to look at the average watch time and see how long, on average, 50% of the people that originally clicked on your video continued watching. And you also want to look at engagement rate. So engagement rate is just likes, comments, shares divided by the total number of views. And a good engagement rate is about 4 to 6% usually. So you want to see what videos are doing better than your baseline, because your account will have a baseline engagement rate most of your videos will hover around a certain amount. So videos did better than the baseline engagement rate, what videos did better than your average watch time, what videos got more views, and then use that to inform future content that you make. Does that help?
Thank you. Yes.
Hey, Fraser.
Hey, yeah. My question isn't really about this. It was kind of more about the multifamily master course.
Of course.
On the resources and homework, there's only like week 1 on there. So are we going to be are you guys going to be putting on all the weeks on there, or is it just like, is that just something that's not happening?
Yeah, I'll look at it and talk to Alex.
It's in a different section. It's not in the same section. Week 1, for some reason, is in a different section than everything else.
Oh.
Yeah, it's under resources and homework, right? There's a section that's called resources and homework, and that's where I keep going. And I'm like, there's still no homework. I don't understand.
Yeah, let me take a look.
Give me a second. I'll look it up.
I'll put it all in there too after this call.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure, it's all right. You're welcome. Hey, Javier.
Yes. Hey, I just want to tell the 26 participants, I wasn't going to say anything because I said, no, I want Nick only for like the little group that we have, because I like the teacher to be more concentrated in a few students. But, I don't want to be selfish here. So that's why I'm going to tell you this, guys. The secrets to social media that you just see on the screen is so wonderful. It's so good that I cannot have like enough like things to say to Nick, because I'm getting to know so many things, and Nick answers deeply so many questions that otherwise we can spend, I don't know, months or years trying to figure out things in YouTube with some tutorial, someone that wants to throw some information. So if you guys want to take a look on Wednesday at 8 p.m., you probably it will make sense for you. It's just that I find it so amazing, so I didn't want to be selfish and not to share my experience. So yeah.
Thank you, Javier. Yeah, I was gonna get to that in a second, but I'm glad you beat me to the punch. If you guys want to learn more about social media, that slide kind of just cracks the layer. Social media is in marketing and CRMs is just so deep. I run a program called The Secrets of Social Media every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to join, it's a great community. A lot of people are in it. Andrea, Monica, Heather, Javier, Jess, though she hasn't been to a call yet. Who else? There's a lot of people in the program, and we talk about social media and CRMs, and it's a great place to have a community and to be held accountable and to learn everything about social media. And if you guys want to join, I put the link in chat, Secrets to Social Media. It's definitely my favorite call of the week, and we have a great time. So yeah. Anyone else have any questions before we do networking?
Yeah, excuse me, Nick. You know that very quick. We have 2 students in the group, which is Jason and Max. Also, there are other ladies and gentlemen that are very interested to be in the same like classroom. But I have Jason Rivas and Max. They have amazing inspirational reels that can be an example for us to learn from, because they are amazing. You start looking at them and you want to continue seeing the rest of them, so they can serve as an inspiration. And because they are classmates, we can ask them, hey guys, how did you do this? What was like your idea to say this and this? So we can have that like teamwork also. Yeah,
I love Max's videos. Max, put your Instagram in chat. I love it. Max's videos and Jason's videos, they're awesome too. So if you guys want to check them out, they're also in my program. Max's videos are so down to earth. I love them. But yeah, if anyone wants to join, it's an awesome community, and we're always looking for new members. And if you want to take your social media to the next level, that is the place to be. I'm telling you.
Yes, and it's only $20 the month. Just to let you know.
There you go. Awesome.
Sorry, Nick, that is the price, right, or not?
It's $40 now, but
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
early bird gets the worm. Yeah, and follow Donna on YouTube for sure. And yeah, if anyone wants to put their social media in chat, take a picture of this call, tag all of us on it, get some posting on your stories. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna move into networking now. And if anyone has any questions, we can save it for the end. But let's do some network. I'm gonna move everyone to breakout rooms. I'll come stop by and everyone's nobody's here. Awkward.
Great job, Nick.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for everyone attending today. I hope you guys got some value out of my presentation on social media. And it's a little different than multifamily. But yeah, everyone, the breakout rooms are open. See everyone in a few minutes.
Awesome. Hey, Nick, I'm gonna have to head out right now, but
Right.
thank you, and I love the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, people in this main room. Go, go, go. Everyone's having any issues getting into the breakout rooms? Let me know. All right. Bye recording.